Welcome to part 8 of the Super Mario Bros. 3 commentary, ladies and gentlemen, and we're continuing on with Pipeline.
We certainly know what Mario's putting in his pipe.
No, he takes stuff out of the pipes because he's a plumber.
Of course, tobacco. What else would you put in a pipe?
Super Leaf?
Just getting the,
It's super alright.
Anyway, this is one of those levels where if you have...
Oh,
This is one of those levels where you're given a Starman at the beginning of the level, and if you're still in Starman mode when you hit one of the question mark blocks, it gives you another Starman to continue on.
Oh, is the level looping? Because it looks like it.
No.
No,
Oh.
it's not looping, it just feels really samey.
Okay.
You need to be in Starman mode, though, to get those Starmen to appear.
Yep.
So if you hit those blocks without one, it's just going to be a coin.
Okay, but
I
it's
see.
just it's kind of encouraging you to try to rush through and not be careful.
Yeah.
And then that's how you die though, because you're not platforming carefully. So I like
Yeah.
that. That's an interesting.
It's in essence, I'm looking at it now. It's kind of a reimagining of World 4-1 from the original Mario Brothers.
speedrun zone.
The Spinies, yeah.
Yeah, that's where you're first introduced to Lakitus.
It
Baron
looks like
Von.
the mushroom has legs.
I've never
got
heard.
Oh, you mean like a toad?
I've never heard it pronounced Lakitus before.
I've always pronounced it Lakitus.
No, I pronounced it Lakitu my whole life, and then Ryan started calling it Lakitu, and now I go.
Well, that's how they pronounce it in the sports and racing games and stuff.
So okay, I guess
Do
that.
they?
Yeah, whenever they've pronounced his name for anything, it's always been Lakitu.
I've always said Lakitu, and I've never actually noticed them saying Lakitu.
Yeah, it's fine. Everybody has that with some certain characters like.
Oh no, dude.
Kina
They-
versus Queena for you.
No, but here's the thing. I went into they posted Game Explain posted a video of some of the voiceover narration for Hyrule Warriors, and I looked in the comments, and it was just people arguing about how they pronounced Fi's name. Because they were like, no, it's pronounced Fee, and it's not Girahim, it's Girahim, and it's just fan rage so hard. It just if you put
Why do you
something
think
in your-
I call Agbiba Jerry?
Yeah,
You know,
so
something
that's-
I'm comfortable with.
And more like, I don't care about Skyward Sword, so call it whatever the hell you want.
on the subject.
Ryan, there's a 26% chance that will make Masai upset.
Yeah, let's not get into this again. This is gonna turn into like Zelda discussion again in the middle of Mario. So.
Oh, you should have been there for our Galaxy commentary with Chugga.
Yeah, we have a history. We have a history of doing this.
Okay, well then Skyward Sword. Let's do this. Come on.
In this corner, we have Skyward Sword fan Masai.
Back to the subject of Lakitu's name, Lakitu. It's when I think about it, it's really kind of a Japanese name, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the reason,
I guess.
the reason behind the pronouncing differences there would be more because in English we don't really emphasize our syllables much. We put emphasis on
That's
one
true.
syllable in any given word, and that's it. In Japan, that's a 3-letter word. It's also a 3-syllable word. Each one is its own character.
I wonder if it means anything or if it's a sort of pun or something in the original Japanese.
It probably has some sort of origin to it. You know, like, I think Koopa is based off of Kappa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Koopa. Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
Well,
That's why I'd really like to learn Japanese at some point so that I can understand some of this stuff a little bit better.
More so because they love puns like you
yeah,
do.
Japanese.
Yeah,
is very funny.
It's hard. It is so hard.
Japanese is the third language I want to... Well, no, I guess technically the second language I want to learn, because I want to learn Spanish first. Well, fully.
Well, Spanish would probably be more useful,
in America.
to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It probably would. I'm taking Japanese right now for my one of my college courses, and it is balls, honestly.
Balls as in balls hard, or just, is it round?
Balls as in balls hard. I think
Okay.
it's more my teacher, but still, it's pretty. The characters sometimes are really confusing.
Yeah, that I can imagine that. Especially having to memorize kanji are the ones that just mean random words.
there's 3 different kinds.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
One of them is
Kanji,
syllables.
kanji, hiragana, and katakana, I think.
Yeah, hiragana is their typical phonetic sounds. Katakana is phonetic as well, but it's used for foreign words. And kanji is the thousands and thousands of Chinese characters that they use.
Yeah, so you have to basically learn three alphabets, one of which is just all of the words. So
Yeah,
you know,
and,
Yeah.
and then you have to deal with words that are said the same but spelled with different characters, and that affects their meaning.
well, no, but that's a thing. That's a thing that happens in English too.
Yeah, I think that's way more prevalent in English actually, because in Japanese it's very similar, but it's still different in a sense.
But in English, it's just the same syllable spelled with different letters. In Japanese, it's the same. It's different kanji that represent the same that represent the same sound syllables, but aren't the same meaning because I don't know.
But English has that a lot too. Like take the word bear for example. Bear
You're
as
not
in an
following
animal,
what I'm-
bear as in.
You're not following me. You're using different letters for that together happen to spell out the same syllable, whereas in Japanese there are multiple letters that sound the same. Do you see what I'm saying?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. I was totally misunderstanding you then.
From what I hear from people who who don't speak English like natively, apparently English is one of the hardest languages. to
Yeah,
learn.
yeah.
Well, because there's a ton of exceptions for everything, and we don't
Yeah.
follow rules for shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of drowned out there for a second. Was this about bears?
Well, it was barely on topic to begin with, so.
We're talking about Japanese letters, which sort of spiraled off the Lakitu conversation.
That's okay. I'm kidding.
But the one thing I want to mention before we get off this tangent is that I think in Japan you don't necessarily need to learn the kanji to be considered competent at reading, or rather, because just knowing which one was the other Japanese language letter language that is actually
Hiragana.
Hiragana.
and
yeah,
katakana.
whichever one's not for foreign languages. Hiragana?
Katamari.
Yeah.
Hiragana.
Hiragana. I think you need to know those, which is the syllabary, the letters that represent syllables and not much else.
Well, katakana is actually pretty important too because a lot
Yeah.
of their common words are written in katakana.
But
Well, because there's a lot of they since the 20th century they've borrowed a lot of English
Yeah,
foreign
a
words
lot
for
of
everything.
words.
yeah,
Oh my god.
the
Back to Mario, I haven't heard the Time's About to Run Up jingle in years.
I haven't
Yeah, I gotta tell you,
I haven't heard
this
it.
specific. What level is this again?
ever.
7.5. The 7.5. One of my least favorite levels in the game. I can never commit that memory level to heart.
Yeah, makes sense. It's a very confusing level. This entire pipe level, this entire pipe world is just confusing.
Well, that's
Well,
the point.
that's the
I know
point.
that's the point, but it's usually these parts of games that where I tend to slow down, and in some cases just stop. Like I was playing Mother 3, I was having a ball, and the part where I lost momentum and got sidetracked playing other games was the damn mole hole dungeon.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. I was the same way. I hated that. That kind of sucked.
I think it might be a little. I think it might be a little bit different here because this is World 7 out of 8.
Well,
There's
yeah.
always 8 worlds in Mario.
but
So I think at this point I'd be a little bit more motivated to finish just because I'm almost at the end. If this were like World 4 though, it might be a stopping point for me.
Yeah, at this point, you can't stop. You don't want to stop. It's not going to happen. You don't want to stop. What was that? What was that? That wasn't even a world. That was a.
You know what though? I'm actually thinking about something that Masai was bringing up earlier. Was it Masai or Lewis? I wasn't sure. About why do the rare power-ups have different animations when you lose them?
No, I brought that.
I think. Oh, okay. Whatever. One of you three. Brain Scratch community as a whole is in the original Japanese version. If you got hit while you got a power up, you go to Small Mario. In the American version, they changed that. If you got hit while losing a power up, you revert back to regular Super Mario.
Honestly, I think that was they didn't have that in World either, and I don't.
Yeah.
It's
Worlds
just
didn't have that
I think it works better that way, honestly, because you having only 2 hits is kind of that's Ghouls and Ghosts territory. So
Yeah.
you know,
But I believe in the Japanese version, the rare power-ups were also more significant. Is that if you got hit, you lost the power-up, but you were still Big Mario. But
Oh.
in the American version, it doesn't really make any difference because, well, you're still Big Mario regardless, even if you lose a Fire Flower or a Super Leaf. So I think it holds more value in the Japanese version because of that.
Yeah,
Oh,
makes
that
sense.
might make sense. It's the power up leaving you as opposed to you getting hit and going small like normal. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. So can you just grind coins for lives in this stage?
Yeah, this is the Coin
Yeah.
Fortress. Love it. You can just... It loops until you find the right way out, but there's nothing stopping you from just abusing that P-switch and collecting all the coins.
The same door, even.
That's pretty awesome, actually.
The same door.
I call it the new Super Mario Brothers 2 dungeon.
That's a Smash stage.
Yeah, you're right. But I had enough. Let's get out of here. Yep, 2 times, Ted.
Well, the game was like, hurry up, and I was like, you can't do much about it at this point if you're not gonna let me get through the blocks game. So, you know. Also, the time, you also were spending time dicking around getting coins, so I can understand why it would happen.
Yeah. I think the max I ever grinded here was like 30 lives, because I was bored.
Did you just let yourself die and then go back in?
Yeah.
Because it's not like
Do
you're
it
gonna
again.
you'll get that life back in a second anyway.
Yeah. Exactly why. But you need a leaf power up to get up to this pipe. That's the way. No, I think that's the way out, or I don't remember. I have recorded this back in December of last year.
Oh wow.
Yeah, no, dude. I've recorded Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door in November of last year, and we're not going to be getting to that for like another 4 months at the very least. So, yeah. Just saying.
To drop us.
Although this is a lot shorter.
You guys record really far in advance.
Well, that's because we know how long our backlog takes. So,
Fair.
Always good to have a backlog. It may make some of our commentary dated, yes, but we're consistent.
If you don't want us to go on hiatuses.
at least we don't upload out of order anymore. Like where we upload the commentary we recorded second before the commentary we recorded first.
Yeah.
For...
What the fuck are they talking about?
Nothing.
Oh, you're gonna complete this one.
No, he'll get it wrong.
Flower?
Yay!
Yeah, it's just a fire flower under there for some reason.
That's weird.
No, they're actually four.
Hey man, if you got it right, I'll be going out of business.
Actually, 4 stars and 4 mushrooms. That'll make the first couple cards easier. Oh.
Aww.
The mysterious mushroom flower.
I'm pretty sure there is a mushroom flower in some game or other. Maybe not necessarily.
What would mushroom? Oh, it's Pac-Man level.
Well, it would just be a flower with a mushroom on it. Could be some
Well,
exotic.
but what would
alien
Mario's? But what would Mario's power up be if he got the mushroom flower? Because like the boomerang flower gives him boomerangs, the fire flower gives him fire. The mushroom, what the mushroom?
Fire boomerangs.
Fire.
Fire boomerangs, fuck yeah.
Oh.
You can throw mushrooms?
Well, that
What was that? I didn't hear that.
that
You
didn't
can
go-
throw mushrooms everywhere?
Yeah, no, but that if you threw the mushrooms at the enemy, they'd just get bigger, and then they'd be
Well,
Poison
stronger.
maybe they're
Poison.
poison to the enemy.
Yeah, throw poison mushrooms.
There you go, poison mushrooms.
That did not go according to plan.
That was an unpleasant surprise in 3D Land, by the way. I completely forgot they were in that game.
Wait, there are poison mushrooms in 3D Land?
Yes.
In
Okay,
the
well
special
that just
world.
shows how much I remember about 3D Land.
I didn't know that either, actually.
Are they only in the special worlds or something?
Yeah, they're only
Okay,
in
well
the
then
special
that would explain it. I never beat the special world.
I
The
never
final
beat
boss
the
with
game.
Bowser was pretty fun though, at the very least. Or the normal final boss, but whatever.
Well, it was pretty climactic. And then when you begin to question why doesn't Bowser just chase Mario, he doesn't. So it's like a pleasant surprise.
Oh, you can alter the direction of the exclamation ones.
This really reminds me of Yoshi's Island right here. Really having those flashbacks right about now.
Oh man, I didn't see the block there for a second there. I thought you were going into the spikes, and I was like, I just don't feel like playing face smart today. I'm just gonna go handicap myself for now.
I got that 5-pound bag of super leaves in my back pocket. It just keeps calling to me.
There's
Mario.
soup, but all right.
Mario, what are you doing? Just come home already. The princess isn't going anywhere.
the most recent Brawl in the Family comic where Peach just has like a pool in Bowser's castle.
Yeah, she's spoiled while she's already there.
Oh,
Hey, it
God.
makes sense, man. She's kidnapped so many damn times.
Yeah, she might as well have her own room.
I think she does.
She keeps a toothbrush there, just in case.
Funny, everyone thinks that Bowser keeps kidnapping her. She's just a house guest.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta get away.
No, Mario isn't trying to save Peach. He's just late to the get together.
Taking the long way.
So the massive beatdowns are just Mario overdoing the bro fist.
Yes. Mario, Bowser, and Peach has to be one of the most interesting and complex relationships in video game history. Like, it's just, what?
You invited him go-karting? And you're screwed, John.
Oh, I'm screwed.
Oh.
Don't even try, just die.
I have to try.
No, you don't.
I don't know what I was expecting there.
Damn, just 200 feet away.
That was a valiant jump. A very valiant jump.
I give you credit for trying.